Hey guys, this is Jay Calderon with Jay Unboxing here giving my personal prediction for the European Welterweight title clash between unbeaten Josh Kelly and the domestic titleist David Avanesyan. This will be taking place on Saturday, February 20th, airing on DAZN in London at the SSE Arena. And it's a pretty interesting fight that's been about 2 or 3 years in the making at this point, and it's finally, hopefully, fingers crossed, coming to fruition here. It's a fight, as I mentioned, several years in the making. They've had this fight set and postponed for various different reasons that are too long and too insane to get into here, but it finally seems like it's a fight that's actually going to happen. And thankfully it comes to fruition too, because it does really pit a skillful Kelly against the rugged Russian Avanesyan, who in many respects is favored in this fight, though it's pretty close to even money. Should be an interesting encounter nonetheless. So getting into what I think both fighters need in terms of preparation or in terms of a game plan for this fight, we'll start with Kelly. I think he needs to use those slick skills, but not just for the sake of it. He is a slickster, but he has to make it count and keep Avanesyan missing. If he's just going in there to show off that he has head movement, that he can move, that he has fast hands, Avanesyan's the sort of fighter that if he's on his game, he's just going to wait that out and he's going to try to punish you later for it. Instead, Kelly needs to ensure that when he is making those moves, when he is trying to set those traps, that it actually has a payoff other than entertaining the crowd. Kelly also needs to stay off the ropes and circle to his right to stay away from any right hands Avanesyan might throw. Now, the trick with this, of course, is that Avanesyan has a good left hook that he does like to kind of lunge into you with. But if you're able to time that and you can go to your right, duck underneath that shot, it does leave you ready and in a perfect position to throw some solid counter shots over the top that can eliminate that left hook to some degree. And the combinations that Kelly does like to throw can also work, especially when Avanesyan is out of place, but they have to be picked at the right time. First make them miss, then make them pay. For Avanesyan, again, as always, his advice that I would give him anyway would be pretty much the opposite, of course. You know, he can do well, but it has to be by taking that speed away from Kelly, and that includes throwing shots to the body, slow him down, so that this way, even if he has to lose some of the first rounds early on based upon Kelly's speed of foot and hand, it won't be for too long because he's putting that money into the bank, so to speak. Avanesyan also has a nice left hook, as I mentioned before, and his job is to make sure that he varies it up so that Kelly can't do what I mentioned. You know, if he can corkscrew it with a jab and kind of camouflage it a little bit, or if he can throw it at different speeds or at different range, it's obviously going to help open up that shot a little bit more. And if he steps in with the jab, but then switches it up to a step in left hook, he can also surprise Kelly with that kind of shot. And most importantly, I think, especially early on, as Kelly is going to be very fresh, he can't get frustrated. If Kelly has some success early on and starts showboating and all this stuff, Avanesyan needs to remember the game plan and believe in that process and stick to it. And man, oh man, is this a tough pick. Getting here to the prediction, it's a tough one. And in many ways, for me, it comes down to whether or not I think Kelly has enough intangibles and ability to rise above European level, because Avanesyan is the perfect European gatekeeper in a sense. He's almost good enough you could make an argument for that world level, but he is still at that European level. And it's exactly the fight Kelly needs to win if he is going on to win world honors. And I think it'll be close, but I do think Kelly finds a way to squeeze out a difficult decision. He'll use his speed and movement to stay sharp and keep Avanesyan missing. Middle to late rounds, Kelly might have to, be a little more careful, and Avanesyan might end up tightening up those scores while Kelly perhaps slows down a bit, perhaps from the pressure, the moment, or a combination of both. But I do think he probably gets the benefit of the doubt at home and probably correctly wins a close, not too controversial decision. But of course, this really is the biggest step up in Kelly's career, and if he ends up getting stopped late, it wouldn't totally surprise me either. Nonetheless, I think he does it. I think Josh Kelly close split slash majority decision in the end. Betting odds for this fight are tremendous. I mean, you have a fight that really is the odds have gone back and forth for either guy being a small favorite. Most recently, the odds I saw had Avanesyan a small expected winner at minus 125, with Kelly being at a plus 100. So in truth, it's an even money fight, meaning bet with whom you think wins straight up for what will most likely be your best bet. For me, that would be a conservative bet on Kelly. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Would love to hear from you, your thoughts, predictions, any bets you got going on. How wrong, how right am I? Would love to hear it. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow all that good stuff on Twitter at jcalderon_JOB. Email junboxing@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you there. And until next time.